Welcome to the KNON Podcast episode, The Story of Bobby Rush, Blues, Hip Hop, Race, Religion. Join us for an exclusive conversation with the blues legend Bobby Rush as KNON station manager Dave Chaos sits down with him at his home in Jackson, Mississippi. In this first segment, we dive into Bobby Rush's remarkable journey from his Louisiana roots to becoming a Grammy Award-winning blues icon. We'll explore his personal experiences with race, the influence of his family and faith, and the deep cultural significance of his music. Be ready for a unique and insightful look at a true legend.
My name is Dave Chaos, and I'm speaking with a legendary bluesman, three-time Grammy Award winner, countless blues award winner, author, and astonishing human being who has witnessed so much of what is a unique American story of rising against all odds. This is the story of Bobby Rush. Blues, hip-hop, race, religion, politics, the truth. I'd like to acknowledge KNON DJ and blues artist Greg A. Smith. Greg is a true blues man in his own right, and I'd like to start by asking Bobby, how did you meet Greg A. Smith?
I met him on the stage as a singer, but I knew about his involvement with the radio station. And I heard him talk on the radio, and I know about him being a DJ, but then artist and a DJ was something plus to me. I wanted to meet this guy. So then I found out that his wife kind of related to me from my little home of Louisiana. And from that, I found out he was Henpeck. Yeah. I found out he was Henpeck.
Oh, well, tell it, Bobby. Tell it now.
Now, she's a fine lady, and he's a fine man, so he's my dear friend and been on the app for a long, long time, working at the record shop, setting a lot of my records, and just come to be a bosom buddy of mine. And through him, I got to meet you, you know?
Yes, yeah. That's why I thought it was important that we started out by acknowledging Greg and what Greg did to make all of this come about. So, Bobby, where did you grow up?
I grew up in a little place called Homer, Haynesville, Louisiana. The reason I said Homer, Haynesville, because I'm 6 miles from Haynesville. I'm 5 miles from Homer, so I'm not from either one of them. I'm from a little place called Carquit. That's in the country. Way out where you don't have a store, where you don't have anything but tumbleweeds and ducks. And mosquitoes, mosquitoes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you had a lot of them. But every now and then you find a tick, if you know what that means. Mm-hmm. But I'm from the country, man. I'm the country boy from Louisiana. And here I am, been playing the blues now this is 71 years. I recorded 419 records. I've been up for a Blues Award, nominated many times. I've won 3. I've been up for a Blues Award 41 times. I think I won 19 or 20 of those. So I'm in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Someone asked me, said, well, Bobby Rush, how old were you when you first won your first Grammy? I was 83 years old. So I tell you now, it's much better later than never.
It's a long way from that spot out there in the country.
Yes.
So what childhood memories do you have of things that made you who you are today?
My dad, no problem. My daddy was a preacher and a pastor for church. He never told me to sing the blues, but he never told me not to sing the blues. I remember my daddy had a brother named Scott, Uncle Scott. Uncle Scott had a son called Son, but his name was John Scott. And he gave me a guitar when he was 15 years old. I was about 8 years old. He wouldn't let nobody play this guitar. Finally, he let me play the guitar. And I found out he let me play the guitar when the little girl was come around. So he at that age now, he liked the little girls. So I would go around through the neighborhood and find 2 or 3 little girls to talk to him. Says, John? He said, yeah. Called me Junior. I said, I got a couple of girls want to meet you. The little girl was built kind of nice. And soon he started talking to her. He said, hey, hold my guitar. I knew that's what he wanted me to do. But I'm sick of these girls on him, you know, so he can get these girls to talk to him so I can get a chance to play his guitar. So he gave me the guitar after about 2 years. I hid it. I thought I hid it in a loft. we live in the country. So my daddy said one day, Junior, I said, yes, sir. He said, come here, boy. He said, bring that guitar here. You got hit up in the loft. What I said, dog, my daddy knew I got a guitar. He said, bring it here, boy, let me tune it up. He tuned it up. He said, let me sing a song I used to sing to you when I was a little bit older than you. What I thought he gonna sing, being a preacher, glory, glory, hallelujah.
Some gospel type.
When I laid my burden down, either about my mama. He didn't sing about my mama. He didn't sing on glory, glory, hallelujah. He said, me and my gal went to Chinky Pin hunting. She fell down and I saw something. I said, Daddy. That's a singing again.
You wanted to hear that again?
I wanted to hear it again. Now, what I really want him to do, I want him to sing that other verse. Now, the first verse, she fell down, he saw something. I just knew the second verse going to explain what he saw.
It piqued your young man.
Yeah. If I wanted to go in and get me a pencil and paper, if he couldn't tell me, draw it.
That might be even better.
So he went to sing it again. My mother was in the kitchen cooking. He said, me and my dad went to Chinky Pin hunting. I said, Daddy, how big was she? You so 350-pound boy about that wide. I said, what she had on? He said, nothing but a dress, boy. Now, in my little mind, a fat lady falling down this wide, nothing on but a dress. Man, I can see that now. I done got this old, I could imagine. That's a lot to see, man.
Yeah,
I said, sing it again. He went to sing it again. My mother was coming up in the back. He said, me and my gal went to Chinky Pin hunting. I said, Daddy, here come mama. She fell down and I kept running. I don't know what the song would have been.
Oh, man.
My mama stopped that. My mama.
Well, that's what the song was.
Hey.
That's what you got.
What you see is what you got.
Well, speaking of your mom was white and your dad was black. At what age did the significance of that sink in?
It didn't sink in until I got really a grown man. I never understood. I never knew. And I couldn't divide those lines up between my mother being blonde-haired, blue-eyed. She would go in the store and she would deny me, leave me in the wagon. I remember one time, I believe it was 1947. We went in this store, Mr. Bear owned the store. There were two men on a horse. There was one man leading the horse. My mother named Mattie. One of the guys said, Mattie said, what are you doing with this N-word talking about my daddy? She said, that's what I am too. He said, no, you're not, Mattie. He said, yes, I am. Ask Mr. Bear. That's the store owner. She set me in the back of the wagon. I didn't know she was putting me in the back of the wagon so she wouldn't be my mother. She went in the store, and when she got in the store, she wasn't this black lady that left me, my mama. She was this white lady. When she went in, she was about 32, 33 years old, maybe close to 40. I don't know. I was a young little kid. She walked in the store, built like a brick house, you know, and the white guy just fell aside and said, Mattie, come on in. My mother walked in looking good, long blonde hair, and she said, who daughter are you? She said, I'm one of Van Spiver's kid. Well, whoever Van Spiver, my great granddaddy, was some big white guy. Whoever he was, they respected him so well, they got on their horses and left. Because of this Van Spiver, who's my great granddaddy, was some kind of powerful guy around the area, I suppose, because they got up and left. But then when my mama come in, got in the wagon, my daddy got in the wagon, she left me in the back of the wagon. But when she got out of the sight of the store and the people are looking, she said, now come on up here, boy, and I sat with her. But in the meantime, I was a babysitter. She was babysitting me. I didn't understand that until I got grown and until I got older to know what was going on with that. And still don't understand. I know that I believe that my daddy knew what she was doing, but again, I don't know.
Okay.
And I just don't believe my dad was that naive, not knew that she was playing these parts. But whatever she did, she got it done to save my daddy's life, my life, and possibly her life.
Did you ever learn anything more about your granddaddy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. My granddaddy I had 2 grandmothers. And he had 18 children by each one of them.
Oh, wow.
So my granddaddy drank a lot, drank every day. So one day he went to the bathroom out open, and somebody called the police on him. They took him downtown, and so the judge said, Papa Charlie, that's his name, is Charlie, said, what you doing and out on the street and got yourself, disposed yourself out in the street like that, everybody looking at you. He said, what you say, Judge? He said, what you doing? He said, hey, Charlie, said, you married? He said, yeah, I'm married. Said, how many kids you got? He said, 36. He said, oh, God, take this man home. He ain't had time to put his pants on. With 36 kids.
That's something
so
to
the
learn.
judge said, let him go home. He said, take him on home. See, no wonder he had his pants down. He ain't had time to put him on.
Yeah. Well, a good, sensible judge, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So which part of the southern states you grew up in gave you the biggest inspiration?
I guess when I moved from 1947, I left Louisiana, moved to Pine Bluff, Arkansas with my father, who was a preacher and a pastor of a church. And I put a band together, myself, called the Bobby Rush and 4 Jivers, and Elmo Jane was in this band.
Oh, wow.
I guess that time, that was my best thought of putting something together. But I wanted to go to Chicago. I didn't have enough money. It cost $11 or something to go to Chicago at that time. I had enough money to go to Memphis, Tennessee, which was $3 or $4. So what I did, I got me a bus ticket to Memphis, Tennessee, where Rufus Thomas, B.B. King, Sonny Boy Williamson was working on Beale Street. Then I worked on Beale Street for $3 a night, tap dancing, playing my little guitar, and I made enough money to go to East St. Louis, where Chuck Berry and Albert King was. Then I made enough money working $2 or $3 a week till I got enough money to go to Chicago in 1951 for Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, John Lee Hooker, Jimmy Reed, Smokey Hall, Bo Diddley, Sonny Boy, and all the guys, including Little Walter, and many other guys were there. And they were said, Bobby Rush, I got a guy I want you to meet. So I went and met him. I said, Muddy Waters said, hey, Blood. I said, how you doing, Muddy? They said, this is J.B. Lenore. He got a job for you. I said, where? He said, suburb of Chicago in Blue Island. So he took me to Blue Island where he got me a job. Me and the band, making $7.50 a night. Me and the band. And I finally got a raise for $15 a night, me and the band. And I hired Muddy Waters every Wednesday night for $5.50. And we took the rest of the money, me and the band. But we played behind a curtain every night where the people, white club, where they wanted to hear our music, didn't want to see our face. Those were the things that I thought I was going up the ladder, but when I saw the black and white issue of the situation, it reminded me the southern state that I just came from were much better off than the northern state, which was Illinois that I was in. So I was dumbfounded. I didn't know what to do then. That was some of the worst time I ever had in my life that I ever faced, not knowing where to turn. Because I thought I going to Chicago, I was going to be in my heaven, and I couldn't even work and look at people who been playing for behind a curtain where I had to stand to play.
So the best paying gig you had found at that point, you had got excited about, and you brought Muddy with you.
Oh, that was the best paying gig when I paid Muddy Waters.
And you showed up, and did you walk in and see the curtain and know?
No.
Or how did it come about that you knew? Was it when you played? Or?
No, what happened when I went there that day, about 12 o'clock that day, and he told me, said, come on around to the back. And I couldn't understand why he wanted me to come to the back when the place wasn't even open, nobody he and I. He said, yeah, they told me you was coming by, so I'm building this curtain. And he built this curtain, was building it, really, almost had it finished, but on this bar.
So they built it for your show.
They built the curtain so so his white audience couldn't see this black man.
So they hadn't had a black artist in yet.
They hadn't had a black artist in. I was the first artist they had.
The way the white club owner dealt with that, he knew he wanted to hear the music. He wanted the music. So he built the curtain.
He built the curtain, put me behind the curtain. So we played up on the bar behind the curtain. That was the stage every night. And finally got so good, Dave, he said, Bobby Rush won't let you take a bow tonight. And I got through this. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been entertained by Bobby Rush. I took a bow. They hit the curtain open like that. I took a bow. They closed the curtain right back up. And there was that boo. They booed me.
Did they?
And finally, they got to the place they didn't boo me, you know? So they got to the place one night. He said, Bobby Rush, I'm going to take this curtain back. And they took the curtain back and they booed. And the next night he said, well, we're going to fix this up. So they had two curtains. They had me in the front of the curtain and had the band behind another curtain behind me. So when they opened the curtain up, they didn't see nobody but me. They never saw the band.
So they were okay seeing just you.
Just me, but they didn't want to see the black band. That broke my heart, Dave. It broke my heart. You know, but Dave, when I look back on what I've done, where I've been, what I went through, all the hills and valleys that I've been through, every time I got to one of them valleys, some hills that were hard to climb, valleys were hard to get out of, something or somebody come along and lift me up. It remind me of you and Greg and all the people at the station, how you reached out and grabbed me. Because every time I'm in one of them valleys, somebody or something come along, lift me out of the valley. KNON is the one who did that with me and my records, and people like me reached out and got me. And not only just me, this station that you so proud of, I'm so proud of it, got a lot of different kinds of music that they play, from reggae to bebop to blues to jazz to hip hop, all kind of things. This is a bouquet of music in this station, and do a great job. And everybody volunteer to do it. Everybody love the music, and I love everybody who plays the music because they do what they do from their heart. So thank you all for what you have done. Thank this station and you for what you've done and what you plan to do, because what you say about me and people that like me and my music is what people perceive me to be.
Well, thank you, Bobby. I certainly appreciate your thoughts on that and your comments. Thank you very much, Bobby.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, let's, talking about music and KNON, you know, we play gospel music a lot.
Yeah.
What role did religion play for you coming up back then, I guess?
Everything. I can remember my daddy told me, said, Bobby Rush, he never told me to sing the blues, but he never told me not to. I got old guitar in the front of me now. My daddy said, swing low, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride. Swing low, sweet chariot, whoa, stop and let me ride. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Whoa, we can move to the other side. If I could, I surely would. If I could, I surely would. I would stand on a rock. Stand on a rock where Moses stood. I had my way, y'all, I would tear this old building down. That's what my daddy used to say. If I had my way, I would sure tear this old building down. And I would move. I would move to the other side of town.
All right.
That's what my daddy taught me.
All right.
You know, I said that about my daddy because my daddy was a country man, a country preacher, upright man. My mother brought so much to the table, hard worker, religious woman. Her background was spiritually, and they left that mark on me. I don't claim to be a young man, but I'm so blessed. My daddy taught me so much. I'm talking to you today, how blessed I am to be in your company, doing this interview with you, this podcast. That I learned so much. God have blessed me to remember well. Dave, you know I have 419 songs, and today I can recite at least 350 of those songs today. I can remember 70-some odd years ago, I wrote a song saying, in a little shack down by the bay, not far from New Orleans, I met this pretty woman down there when I was 19. She went and told her daddy she wanted to marry me, and the look on her daddy's face really was a sight to see. He said, get out of here with you, and don't you come back no more. Well, I wanted to meet her daddy like a young man oughta, but he didn't want no blues singer like Bobby Rush getting married to his daughter. When I went by the house that day, he met me at the door, Dad, Mom, Big Brother John, and a dog named Bo, singing, get out of here, don't you come back no more. Well, I wanted to meet her daddy like a young man oughta, but he didn't want no blues singer getting married to her daughter. But then again, he said, you want my daughter anyway? Well, we sneak down to get married. The judge do decide to swear, take this woman for your lawful wife and not a one-night love affair. Before I could open my mouth to say I do, guess who walked through the door? Dad, Mom, Big Brother John, and a dog named Bo. I decided, Dave, I wanted to get married anyway, had to find a way to elope. I decided to go to Las Vegas to get away from her nosy folk. The same day I walked in, that was all her kin, and that damn dog again.
That sounds like a song.
But I said that to laugh about it, let you know how blessed I am, how thankful I am to be able to remember. Dave has come by because down in Louisiana, when I was about 11 or 12 years old, my daddy, being a preacher, came to me one day. He said, Junior, I'm named after my father. I said, yes, sir. He said, I need you to do me a favor. I said, what is it, Dad? He said, I need you to come out of school so you can help me with my other children, send them to school. Like I wasn't on his child. But I was proud. Had my chest stuck out. You mean tell me I don't have to go to school? I can come out of school and play and do whatever while the other kids in school, not knowing that coming out of school is work. He said, I want you to get a job down at Mr. Burge's gin. He won't pay you, but $3 a week. $3 a week. He said, but you can bring all the information and give it to me. So I went to work in the gin. My job was to get information. When the white guy was sitting around the table in the gin and wanted to bring me all the information. Wanted to bring me information from the gin and what they was doing. And I said to him, I said, well, what's what I want you to do, Daddy? Tell me what you want me to do. He said, don't worry about what I want you to do. Just go down to the gin, and when that man give you a job, you understand what to do.
So you were a spy for him?
I was a spy. Because I had a
Bobby Rush the spy?
I had a rag in my pocket and the sand in the pocket. I would throw sand around the feet so I could see what they were talking about or hear what they were talking about. They said, well, we're not going to sell cotton today because the cotton only sell for so much a pound. We're going to sell beans for this, beans for that, peanuts for this, okra for this, tomatoes for this. And I would go back home. My daddy said, Junior, what you heard today? I said, can't sell no peanut, but you can sell popcorn. You can sell this. You can't sell that. You can sell this. For my information. And he would go to the church on a Sunday morning and tell the people what to sell and not to sell from my information. That's what you call a spy.
A financial planner.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's what he called it. He said, I got my financial planner. I got it planted he planted my financial plan. Plant me, you know.
Yeah. Like he plant seeds?
Yeah.
He planted little Bobby Rush.
He planted Bobby Rush. I'm a financial planner. You know, I hadn't thought about it like that until you said. He said, I'm going to plant you in the gym. I'm the financial planner.
Yeah.
Plant me in the gym.
Yeah. So, did your pa have a church?
Oh, yeah, my dad had two churches. One in Louisiana, one in Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Did you ever sing in the church?
No, I
did he have music in the church?
He had to have music in the church, but I didn't want to sing in the church. I didn't want to sing no gospel. I wanted to sing the blues, man. I wanted to talk about the fat ladies, the skinny ladies. I sung about a lady so skinny that she turned sideways, she think I'm gone. And I want to sing about a lady so fat that she sit on you, you couldn't hit a radio play.
So when you went to your father's church, did you see music though? Did you see
the
other
They were singing. They had the little piano in the church, had the little guitar in the church, but that ain't what I wanted to do.
You didn't take nothing away from that then?
No, I wanted to.
You wanted to go something different.
So different too. I would go to church. We go to Sunday school, Sunday morning. Then we'll go to church at 11 o'clock, get out about 1. And my dad always have the afternoon service about 4 o'clock. But we wouldn't go with him to the afternoon service because we would stay home and I would get my guitar. And we'd be doing Wayne Dang Doodle and drinking wine and drinking moonshine. And you know, a kid, you know.
Yeah.
But I wasn't drinking that much. But my aunties and the older brothers, they was drunk.
Having a time on
Sunday. We were saying, we're going to have a Wayne Dang Doodle all night long. When my daddy would get up about 8 or 9 blocks from the house, we go to sing, hey, man. Hey, everybody be drunk. Hey, man, thank God Almighty. Hey, man.
Yeah.
But before that time was, we're going to have a Wayne Dang Doodle all night long. Hey, man, that was part of life, you know. So my daddy walk in, they be drunk. Say, oh, y'all having church in here. And my older brother, my auntie, say, yeah, that's what we're doing. Drunk.
they got all serious.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. You know. But anyway, that's part of life.
Daddy was a preacher, but he was a farmer too. Then
he was a farmer. Oh God, at that time where we lived.
That sounds like a hardworking man.
Pick cotton, chop cotton. Man, I could pick 400 pounds of cotton before the sun went down. I could put more than that if I thought I'd go home. But I found out I would pick the 400 pounds of cotton. Thought I could go home. My daddy, because the more cotton you pick, the more you're required to pick, the more he wants you to pick. So I got to the place I would pick me about 390 pounds by 6 o'clock when the sun go down. I would slow down. Because the more you pick, more he
the more they want.
More you want. Yeah. What good for the goose, good for the gander too.
You figured it out.
I figured it out.
Just kind of the spine thing, you know.
But you know, but that's part of life. And where I come from, we all was farmers and cotton pickers and cotton choppers, plying a mule and doing things you country men do. But we ate well, and we didn't know we was poor. You know, because everybody had the same thing, was a little or nothing, and we all was equal. We didn't know we had love for each other, and we played and we took care of our neighborhood and things that we shared together and ate together and slept together, and we had fun together, you know, not knowing that it was a better life on the other side of the fence. But when I got to the place, I knew better. I knew how to do something better. I wanted to do that. And I started off playing blues, playing for $2 or $3, like I was picking cotton for $2 or $3 a hundred. And here I am, and still picking cotton. I have a song on this new album says, we come a long way, but we still got a long way to go. The things I used to do down in Louisiana, I don't do them anymore. I used to carry water 15 miles for 50 cents a day. It's a shame a boy 9 years old had to work so hard every day. I used to pick cotton in the cotton field where I used to live. I don't mind picking cotton if I own a piece of the field. So that's my life, and that's what I think about what I do, what I'm doing, what I'm planning to do. I want to be good at what I do, and I think I'm good at it. If you don't like what Bobby Rush, you can say, well, hey, I don't like Bobby Rush. Damn, he good. That's all what matters.
Right. So you literally own part of a cotton field now.
Oh, yeah. I own a piece of the field.
Where is that?
Wherever that field is, it's not per se a cotton field, but whatever I'm doing, that's my field. It's about the music. It's my guitar, my music, what I write, what I produce, what I sing. I write it, and I own a piece of it. If not all of it, at least I own a piece of it. So that's my cotton field.
Right. So you have control of the destination. You know what grows because you plant it.
If it don't grow, I own it. If it grows, I own it. So I feel good about owning it.
Yes. Well, now it's something a little bit different. Do you like sports?
Yeah, I like sport.
What kind of sports you like?
Basketball and baseball and basketball.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not a football lover. I respect it. I'm not a great lover of football.
Okay.
You know, I don't want nobody to run into me that hard, especially them big fat guys. Yeah. I'm a little bit of man. Don't hit me that hard. I'm going to go get me a little switchblade. Yeah.